Hello, this is the Kevin's Bookstore, and today we're gonna read the Magic Treehouse Fact Checker Sea Monsters. Chapter 3: Squids, Octopuses, and Other Creatures. Most marine animals we know about live near the surface of the ocean, but many other creatures live deep beneath the sea. Sometimes an animal, often called a sea monster, swims up to the surface from its home in the deep. This scary-looking animal is known as the giant squid. Giant squids. There are many kinds of squids, but the giant squid is one of the largest. Because giant squids live deep in the sea, we do not know a lot about them. We do know that giant squids have huge heads and eyes. They have strong, hard beaks, 8 arms, and 2 tentacles. The tentacles are much longer than the arms. They can grow to over 30 feet long. Powerful suckers lined with teeth cover each arm. The tentacles have suckers only at the ends. The biggest eyes. Giant squids have the largest eyes in the animal kingdom. Their eyes are about 15 inches wide. Think soccer balls or basketballs. Giant squids need their large eyes to see in the dark, deep water. Catching prey. Squids are carnivores or meat eaters. Giant squids eat marine animals, but experts are not sure exactly what kind. They catch prey with their tentacles. Then they coil their arms around their victim just like a python. Finally, giant squids bite their prey into pieces with their powerful beaks. They have a bony tongue called a radra. The radra has many tiny teeth on it. These teeth break the food down into even smaller bits. Movement. Giant squids can move as fast as 23 miles an hour. When they move quickly, they spurt water from a siphon in their mentals. They take water in and then shoot it out. The force of the water pushes the squids where they want to go. Squids use their strong fins to move forward toward their food. Colossal squids. For many years, scientists thought that giant squids were the largest squids, but in 1925, scientists found some tentacles in a sperm whale's stomach. These tentacles were different from the giant squids. They came from a squid that was even larger. Scientists named this squid the colossal squid. Since then, other tentacles have been found in whales. Fishermen have also pulled up parts of colossal squids' bodies. A great find. In 2003, fishermen spotted a colossal squid feeding off the coast of Antarctica. They managed to haul it into their boat. It too died when they got it on board. It is rare to see the entire body of a colossal squid. Scientists found that it had two huge beaks and small teeth that looked like a parrot's. Sharp hooks on its arms turned in circles. Its body was wider and fatter than the giant squids, but we still aren't certain how long colossal squids grow to be. The squids and the whales. Sperm whales feed on all kinds of squids, even the biggest. In fact, some sperm whales have been found to have more than 15,000 squid beaks in their stomachs. Sperm whales can grow up to 50 feet long. They dive very deep in the ocean and can hold their breath for 2 hours. No one has ever seen a sperm whale fight a giant or colossal squid. But scientists often see scars on the whale's skin that were made by the squid's suckers. Imagine what a battle that must have been. New squid discovered. In 2001, underwater cameras filmed a very weird squid. No one had ever seen anything like it. An expert from the National Museum of Natural History studied the film. He saw an animal with a tiny body and 10 long arms, each about 23 feet. But the most unusual thing about this squid was its two large fins. They flapped around its small body just like elephant ears. Octopuses. There are many different kinds of octopuses in ocean around the world. Octopuses come in all sizes. The largest are the giant Pacific octopuses. Their arms grow to be 14 to 16 feet long. Unlike squids, octopuses do not have tentacles. They have 8 arms with 2 rows of suckers on each arm. Each sucker has a taste bud on it. The arm can move in any direction. Octopuses taste whatever they touch. If they lose an arm, that's no problem. They will grow another. Most of the time, octopuses crawl or walk over the ocean floor. But just like squids, they can move quickly by shooting water from their mantle. Big brains. Some octopuses look dangerous. Actually, most are very shy. They seem to have their own personalities. They also seem to be curious. Sometimes they will touch divers in a gentle way, almost as if they were exploring or tasting them. octopuses have large brains shaped like donuts. Their brains wrap around their throats. They are as smart as dogs. One night at the Colossal Aquarium, an octopus crawled out of its tank. It slipped into another tank and ate some fish. Then it went back home. The next morning, the octopus's keeper found a wet trail on the floor. Some octopuses can unscrew caps from bottles. An octopus named Frida lived in a German zoo. By watching her keepers, Frida learned to open a can of shrimp. She even put on a can opening show for visitors. Some octopuses seem to play in the bubbles coming from air tubes in their tanks. One octopus spread her mantle and surfed on the tide of bubbles, making a home. Octopuses live in dens under rocks or in cracks on the ocean floor. For protection, they pile rocks outside the openings. One scientist watched an octopus catch some fish. Before eating, the octopus shoved rocks up in front of itself to make a fort. Then it settled down to eat. Octopuses lay eggs in their dens and tend them for up to 6 months until they hatch. The giant Pacific octopus lays over 57,000 eggs. Each egg is the size of a grain of rice. Out of all these eggs, only a few will survive. Self-defense. Octopuses trick their enemies by quickly changing their skin color. They turn the same color as the background. When an animal's skin matches its background, we say it is using camouflage. When octopuses are in danger, they shoot a stream of black ink into the water. The ink clouds up to the water. It stings predators' eyes and confuses their sense of smell. The octopus turns white and slips away. The predator thinks it is still hiding in the cloud of ink. Night hunters. Octopuses are nocturnal hunters. This means they mainly hunt at night. Octopuses eat fish, lobsters, clams, snails, crabs, turtles, shrimp, and scallops. If an animal has a hard shell, the octopus bites it with its beak to try and open it. Sometimes it will bite right through the shell. Then the octopus shoots out a poison that stuns its prey. Soon the muscle that holds the shell together dissolves, and the octopus can tear it apart. Mystery at the aquarium. At the Colossal Aquarium, sand sharks live in a large tank with other animals. There was one problem. Their keepers kept finding the sharks' dead bodies at the bottom of the tank. No one could figure out why. To solve the mystery, they put a video camera in the tank. The camera showed the sharks swimming around. Suddenly, a giant Pacific Ocean attacked from behind a rock. The octopus wrapped its arms around the shark and held it in a deadly grip. Even though the shark struggled, it was no use. The next day, there was another dead shark in the tank. The fierce little walnut. The female blanket octopuses grows to over 6 feet long. Recently, divers off the coast of Australia captured a live male blanket octopus. Male blanket octopuses are almost never seen. That's because they're just under an inch long. That's as big as a walnut. This tiny male defends himself with weapons. He grabs 2 tentacles from a passing jellyfish. When predators approach, he waves the stinging tentacles in their faces. Whoa, back off, buddy. Manta rays. Imagine diving around a coral reef. Suddenly, a huge creature appears overhead. The monster has 2 large black wings that flaps as it moves. It also has horns and a big, long mouth. This animal is not really a monster. It is a manta ray, or devil fish. Manta rays can reach 16 feet in length and weigh over 2 tons. As they swim, their wings gently flap up and down. The wings are actually fins. Manta rays' bodies are shaped like diamonds. Their shape helps them glide easily through the water. Manta rays swim with their mouths open to catch any plankton floating by. Their horns push the plankton towards their mouths. Even though manta rays look scary, they're not poisonous. They're called devil fish only because of their horns. Steve Irwin and the stingray. Stingrays are close to relatives of manta rays. Stingrays are only about 2 feet long. They have poisonous, sharp barbs on their tails. Because stingrays are flat, they can hide easily beneath the sand. A stingray caused the death of Steve Irwin. Steve was a wildlife expert known as the crocodile hunter. He had a popular television show about animals. When Steve was filming in the ocean near Australia, he startled a stingray. The ray lashed out with its tail. Its barb hit Steve right in the heart. He died within seconds. It was a terrible accident. Stingrays are not usually dangerous to people. Giant Mekong catfish. For thousands of years, monster fish have lived in the Mekong River in Thailand. Giant Mekong catfish are the largest freshwater fish in the world. Some grow to the size of grizzly bears. Mekong catfish don't have any teeth. In 2005, Thai fishermen pulled in a giant catfish. It weighed 646 pounds and was almost 9 feet long. That's the biggest catfish anyone has ever seen. The fish fought for over an hour until fishermen finally pulled it in. That night, lots of happy families had catfish for dinner. Giant jellyfish invade Japan. Thousands of huge enormous jellyfish have crowded into the waters of Japan. These jellyfish get to be 6 feet wide and can weigh over 450 pounds. Besides stinging people, the jellyfish clog up fishing nets and kill fish with their poisonous stings. The fishermen are not happy. Jellyfish live in waters around the world. They have soft bodies and trailing tentacles, sometimes hundreds of them. Jellyfish use their tentacles to catch fish. Each one is armed with stinging, poisonous cells. You might be surprised to know that the longest animal in the world is not a whale. It's a special jellyfish called a siphonophore. Its tentacles can reach 131 feet long. Our ideas about sea monsters seem a little less scary when we know the facts. Squids, octopuses, and all the sea creatures that frighten us are not monsters. They're just surprising and wonderful animals.